I'm sorry, we did not get your name. After the tone, please state your name, followed by the pound sign.
We review your resume. Your accolades are worth noting. We like how you so peacefully were born from birth, obeying. We cut your checks and balances. Your hair will have to go. We encourage office romances where your child will also grow. We know you value your free time. Your house is safe now that we watch. We have your files of parking fines. We've installed a new security patch.
This is Robert from Twin Peaks, and you're listening to Inspirado, Projecto.
Got a light?
Mayday, mayday. These next podcasts will be made. I think I'm going to take this to that place that I got it from. See if maybe they got a speaker for me. See, the thing is, I spilled water on this thing. I don't trust myself with I mean, luckily I had the casing on it, so as soon as I was like, it was like the slow motion thing, like, water's about to tip. Oh, no, and I scooched it away, but like a splooshed it on to the. Luckily, it didn't get the computer. Splooshed it on, and now I can hear. What's weird is that it comes through the speaker. Check this out. So I just talked to my buddy Vince. The only way I could hear him is if I used the speaker. Like if I push that button, like it wouldn't come through. Whoa, is it possible that I got? Oh, maybe water got in the mouth, in the ear. Oh my gosh, you know, it's so crazy. I was blowing the hairdryer on the speaker part. Maybe I was supposed to be blowing it into the ear part this whole time. Okay, I'm going to try something. This is going to be, I'm going to do a test, all right? It's the first time I've ever done this in my life. So you get to experience it with me. Oh, all right, so we're going to put on hold, okay, if you don't mind. Shooting air into the earpiece. That's probably what happened. There's probably air that got in the earpiece. We're going to talk like this, okay? Yeah, that loud noise is right next to us. However, I do with my mouth close to this ear. You can hear me better. So this is the crazy thing, though, is that when I go to play iTunes, it doesn't. When I go to play iTunes, it does not play through the speakers. So I'm trying to figure that out. If you guys have any ideas, please tell me. I think I'm going to have to go to the place where I got this particular iPhone replacement. Also, note to self, remember to get all the files off this phone and get them, save them on a computer before I go into this place. And oh, by the way, there are 3 Yachtly cruise shows upcoming this weekend. One of them, Yachtly crew, here we go. Here we go. You're listening to Inspirado Projecto, by the way. We're playing 13, 14, and 15. 13 at the House of Blues in Anaheim. That is tomorrow. Wowzers. Can't wait to see what's going to happen there. 14th, the Canyon in Santa Clarita. You can still get free on the free guest list, folks. If you happen to live in Anaheim, or you're just within, close to California, and you want to see a free show at the House of Blues, the biggest room. We're so excited. We're going to be there with Fire Tiger. Tiff, the lead singer, she is the sister of Red Foo's girlfriend. Red Foo is the guy who's in LMFAO. And it turns out the Yachtly crew played, Jasmine is her sister. We played Jasmine's birthday party at Red Foo's house. And Fire Tiger opened up for us. We played in his tennis courts. And his good buddy who set up the whole stage is the same guy that we called for when we played in Marina Del Rey. So Fire Tiger, they're opening up for us. They're like a 80s band. Very energetic, a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. We're good pairing. We're good pairing. Whoa. What is that? Oh, okay. That scared me. So Jen, what? You really want to keep that in there for 5.5 minutes? Or no?
Yeah, it's the frosting.
I got so scared. Oh, so what you were eating, it was a frozen edamame?
Yeah.
Okay. Eureka. Okay, now it makes a lot of sense. Now it makes a lot of sense if you catch my drift. So 13th, House of Blues, Anaheim, main room. Free tickets. Please go to yachtleycrew.com. And then yachtleycrew.com, you get free tickets for the Canyon, the Santa Clarita free guest list. And then the 15th, we're going to be playing the Surf Rodeo Music and Surf Festival. Let's see here. Let us see here. And it turns out that Bow Wow Wow is playing after us. On Bow Wow Wow, you know what's so crazy? Yeah, Bow Wow Wow was playing before us. Bow Wow Wow from back in the day. I remember Dan used to make me these mixtapes, and Bow Wow Wow was on there, and so was Fishbone. And Fishbone is playing at the same festival as Bow Wow Wow, is the same festival as Yachtly Crew. God, it just blows my mind. Not on the same day with Fishbone, on the same day as Bow Wow Wow, which is truly wow, wow, wow. I mean, that's just crazy. That's crazy. What's crazy is we play right before a guy named Swayze, so it's very Swayze and very crazy. Swayze. Yes, hello. I am what's his name? Patrick Swayze. The guy from Patrick Swayze. Yeah, from Dirty Dancing, right? Hi, I'm Patrick Swayze, and I endorse this band. It might be funny if everybody in the band, they all have a prosthetic face that looks like Patrick Swayze's face. And maybe each one is from a different character in his career. So you get the Escape from New York guy, the eye patch, and then you get the Thing guy, and then... Oh no, that's not him, that's Kurt Russell.
Oh my god.
Swayze. Oh man, that's Kurt Russell. There are those guys. Kurt Russell, and Patrick Swayze, and then Gary Busey, and of course, oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Gary Busey, and you know who I'm talking about, Jen? Who am I talking about? Who's like the doppelganger of Gary Busey? Oh gosh, what's his name? Nick Nolte. I always group those guys together. And then Jason Carr thought it was so funny. He put Tom Selleck and Burt Reynolds together. It's like they're the same guy. And then which is, there could be some truth in that. If you always see, like, you'll see in breakdowns for commercials or movies or TV shows or something, it'll say, we want a Kate Blanchett sort of character for this movie. So then they call in all the gals who look like her. And then you're looking at movies and you're going, now this guy... That's what I thought of Skeet Ulrich when I first saw him. I'm like, that's a poor man's Johnny Depp right there. You couldn't get that past anybody's radar. But it wasn't his fault. It's just, there's no fault at hand. It was just an interesting doppelganger circumstance where, they could not they could not afford to hire Jonathan Depp. So they're like, look, who is going to be that next best one? Well, Skeet Ulrich. Skeet Ulrich. Ulrich, Wheelrich. Well, let me pick him up. Let me get him. You're trying to escape. You're trying to escape. So there are those actors who... Oh, yeah. James Marsden. No, not Marsden. Wait, Marsden? It might be a Marsden. The Reservoir Dogs dude and Tom Sizemore. Those guys are similar. So they're those, doppelgangers. I want to see a movie with I'm waiting for this. These guys each got their unique voices. Jeff Goldblum, John Malkovich, Christopher Walken. Oh gosh, who's also really good at a voice? Just, they got that particular, very unique delivery style. Oh man. Gary Oldman would be really good at finding a crazy vocal style. Get those guys together in a movie. Iggy Pop, 2.
How are you doing? This is Iggy Pop. Back in 1962, I was on stage. Hi. Hi. Hey, this is Iggy Pop. Back in 1962, I was on stage, and David Bowie comes up, and he's got this, he must have been rubbing alcohol or something, and he says, Iggy, can I set your legs on fire? And I said, okay, Dave, if you know what you're doing. The next thing I know, and the next thing I know, he's setting my legs on fire, and I'm singing the song Lust for Life. Some of you guys know that song. And I'm singing this song at the top of my lungs, Lust for Life, and all of a sudden my legs are on fire. And then David Bowie, he comes out wearing a Native American headdress, and he starts chanting like he's a Hopi Indian. Now this guy, I thought he was bonkers before. He went from being a spaceman to now being a Native American. Now that's quite a Native American spaceman. Now that would be a great movie written by me, Iggy Pop. The Native American spaceman. Get him up there, a Native American. First one on the moon. I bet you if anyone could populate the moon and grow crops on it, it would be a few shaman. Some Native Americans and shaman. Put them in the biodome. They know how to live off the fat of the land. I'm going to look for you now. A little clip from one of my favorite films I was in. It was called Dead Man.
Will somebody please tell them that I was in the film too?
Of course, that's my buddy Crispin Glover. Hey Crispin, do you want to talk on this podcast?
Of course I do. Remember when you're in that boat and you're lying on your back and you're looking at the sky? Remember when you're in that boat? This train goes to the end of the line. It goes to hell. Next stop, machine.
Now, let me find my favorite clip here with my buddy, Billy Bob Thornton. Okay? I'm gonna read you this fun. I'm gonna read for you this funny clip here, okay? Now don't worry. Don't worry. Here we go. Hold on. Let me pull. I'm gonna put you right up to the speaker. Here you go. It's from my favorite film, Dead Man. My favorite role in all the roles of my life.
Okay, I think that's good enough there, Iggy. I think the people want to hear your incredible poetry.
That's terrible. Tonight we're reminded of the evil emperor, Nero Augustus. He was the scourge of all the Christians. What's a scourge? It's like when something real bad happens. Like when everybody gets killed and you can't do anything about it. Like a swarm of locusts. For the entertainment of his guests, Nero would illuminate his whole garden with bodies of live Christians covered in burning oil, strung up on flaming crosses, crucified. At dinner, they have the Christians rubbed by his guards with aromatic herbs, garlic, sewn up into sacks. Then they throw these sacks to the wild dogs.
Well, that's terrible.
It's horrible.
Terrible is what it is. You know, I can't drink whiskey like I used to could. My old belly just ain't no count. I get the shits every time, don't you know?
I'm sorry, Big George. I got some fruit here that even Goldilocks never tasted. I think this is gonna fix up your old gut.
Beans are shit. Why don't you shut your goddamn trap and just eat your beans?
Benmont, there's possibly these beans in spices too. Tried hard.
Well, Sally, I don't give a pig's ass what anybody says. I still say you make a hell of a pot of beans. Now, why don't you say us a grace out of the good book, would you?
Thank you, Big George. I'd be delighted to do that. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, the wild beasts of the earth. Amen.
So there you go, straight out of my mouth from the movie Dead Man, one of my favorite films of all time. If you get a chance, you could probably find it on iTunes, in your favorite video store, or heck, I'm sure someone might even have it on their shelf someplace. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, and we'll be back with some more interesting sounds.
That's right, and then you'll be floating down the river in that sunshine, looking at the sky.
That's right, Christian. Well, it just seems like you're changing this small medium at large.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Inspirado Projecto. Listen on your radio. Inspirado, thank you for inspiring. Yes. One tick tock. Projecto Inspirato.
What we've noticed is that, for the most part, when you give your attention to anything, it just causes that belief to dig in a little more. For example, have you ever had the experience where you have a friend or an acquaintance, and you have opposing opinions about something, and both of you visit with each other with the desire and intention of changing the other one's mind and getting them to see your point of view? But have you noticed that usually the more you talk, the more they dig in, the more they do not move in the direction of your much more logical. And so what we want you to realize is that you're doing that to yourself all the time. You're digging in with beliefs that work against your now desires, and it's not necessary that you do that. So that's why we teach meditation, because meditation, all we mean by meditation is giving your brain a break for a minute, suspending the habit of thought about everything, just enough to give you an opportunity to maybe think a different thought. Meditation is just a quieting of the mind, and not for very long every day. Sit for 15 or 20 minutes and you might get 2 or 3 minutes of a quieted mind. And if you do that, good work. When you quiet your mind, that means suspend all thought. And when you suspend all thought, you suspend resistant thought. And when you have suspended resistant thought, your vibration rises. And when your vibration rises, your whole point of attraction changes, which means your experience will change, which means your belief will change. You see what we're getting at?
Wowzers. We had extraordinary collaborations up there. Thank you, guys. Forgotten Tales added some great stuff. Telewaves, they're a new band on the horizon. They found us. Rob Browski from Twin Peaks. He plays a woodsman. Thank you. Iggy Pop showed up. Thank you. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. It just keeps growing and growing. Just keeps going and going, huh? Just keeps going and going. I've noticed something. I used to be able to put music, like when I would record into Anchor, they would give you a series of choices. Like, I don't know. It was a lot. Let's just say it was like a Las Vegas buffet full of choices. About 30 different choices, I would say. And you could choose a wide array of intriguing background sounds. So, I think what I'm going to do is this will inspire me and excite me to start utilizing the GarageBand app much more. And when I'm home and I got the GarageBand app, we'll just play some concoction that was created on there, and then that will become what is happening back there. Oh, by the way, Yachtly Crew is playing tonight. Wowzers McFowzers at the House of Blues in Anaheim. House of Blues in Anaheim. So come on out. Please, before 6 p.m., if you go to yachtlycrew.com, YACHTLEYCREW.com, Yachtly Crew. Spell yacht, add L-E-Y, and then C-R-E-W. Go on to yachtlycrew.com, you could get on the free guest list. Get those free tickets. Some places are selling them for like hundreds. It's ridiculous. Anyway, folks, take care, and I think that's the end of this episode for now.
Oh, pooh! You can't just end the program like that. There were a couple items in there you didn't even call attention to. Oh, pooh!
Well, what do you want me to call attention to?
Well, you forgot to say the man behind the machine said something on there. That's just highly inconsiderate. Also, you didn't mention anything about that nice thing that you got from Abraham Hicks. Oh, pooh!
All right, well, I'll apologize right now.
You better. What you trying to do? You trying to get people not listening to your program?
No, I want people to hear the show. I just forgot,
You gotta keep your head on your shoulders, okay? I mean, you're nominated for Best Arts Podcast, and then also the Adam Curry Award on podcastawards.com.
Yeah, I know that.
Why don't you mention that once in a while? Oh, pooh.
Because I guess I just have a lot of other stuff on my mind. I'll tell them about it.
That was just highly unprofessional. Now, you go on there and you apologize about how terrible you are, and you never keep anyone in consideration. All you think about is you. There ain't nobody else you care about.
That's not true. I feature a lot of extraordinary. I feature a lot of.
Oh, jeez! Why don't you just try being humble once in a while?
I'm very humble. I'm just trying to let you know that I've featured bands on here.
Oh, whoop-de-doo! Aren't you the king of podcasting? Oh, pooh!
No, I'm not the king of podcasting. I'm just trying to let you know that I try to feature people.
What? Because, What, because you know some talented people? You think that you know everybody in the world now? Oh, poo.
No. I'm... Okay, so you want me to apologize?
Yeah, tell them how terrible you are. And you're just a horrible podcaster. And you don't ever tell anybody about what is on there. How do you expect anyone to like what you're doing?
I'm not trying to make people like what I'm doing. This is sort of I
don't want to hear any excuses. You can't even get the words out of your mouth correctly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You want? I will apologize.
Yeah, say I was so dumb, so stupid, and I don't think anybody else is important except what I gotta say. Oh poo.
You want me to tell them, oh poo?
No, what, you try to make fun of me now? Jeez, you're such a big bully. You're such a big bully. I'm gonna be protesting about that. I'm gonna go get George Soros to pay for all my protesting.
Well, is that necessary?
Hashtag me too. You're just a big old bully. Now all you do is you just tear people down.
I'm not, I promise you, I'm trying not to.
Oh, that's just your perspective.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to construct billboards and just talk about how terrible you are. You're the most terrible podcaster. You know, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a whole bunch of protesters. And we're going to stand outside the podcast awards. And we're just going to protest your podcast. That's what we're going to do.
Well, the people, I don't even know who listens to the podcast, first of all. Second of all, I would imagine that those who have heard some podcasts...
Oh, jeez, there you are. You're going to talk about how great you are. You're going to talk about how, hey, look at me. I'm the king of the castle. Look at me. I live up in the castle. I live up in the mountains. I live right next to the observatory. Oh, look at me.
I'm not going to... I don't need to... Listen, I don't need to comment on that.
Well, you're commenting on it now.
I think I just need some coffee.
All you ever do is you're just drinking your coffee, saying really, really insightful things, really insightful, witty things, and then you're going to get to go tell everybody how cool you are.
Okay, can you press play on this thing so I can apologize for how much of a terrible person I was, and...
Oh, I don't need that sarcasm. You're just being sarcastic.
This podcast is not for you. It's not for...
Well, what are you expecting? Why am I going to be listening to you? If the podcast ain't for me or anybody else, why am I even here?
I don't know why you're here.
'Cause I pay for your bills, don't I?
No, Anchor puts out the free app. They put it out for free. And...
I'm just doing everything for you.
No, you're not doing... I'm just trying to be... I'm just trying to...
Oh, God, you can't even think of nothing. You're just polluting everything, aren't you? Oh, poo. I'm so scared of traffic.
Is that why you're yelling at me?
Well, yeah. I'm just terrified of it. And I'm hungry, and I'm sleepy.
So is that why you're yelling at me?
No, because you didn't apologize yet.
Okay, just, here we go. All right, here we go. Did I press play? Yeah. Okay. You guys, I'm so sorry. I featured a really cool bit there from Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, and it's something that's very inspiring to me, and I wanted to share it with you. So please look out Abraham Hicks. Look her up on YouTube. Also, Man Behind the Machine, just a wonderful sound experimentationalist. All of these wonderful people that I find on Anchor, that I find on iTunes, that I find out there in the podcast sphere. A lot of these folks have just really great, high-vibrating things to say. And I really want to be able to share those people with you more and more and more. So, should you consider yourself to be one of those kinds of folks where you ponder the unknown? You get a kick out of deja vus. You get a big kick out of synchronicities. You want to share your synchronicities. I would love to hear your synchronicity stories. Please send me those stories. I want to share them with the world. This is the smoothie. This is the blender. This is the precipitation. Inspirado. Projecto. Inspirado. Projecto. It's like a bounce room. Inspirado. Projecto. Vowels, vowels, consonants, 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 insistence, consonants. Interesting. Maybe that's why they invented the cymbals. Ooh, the cymbals, SYMBOLS, on the drum set. Because they were trying to recreate the sound of tss, tss, the TS. Tss, tss. Keep your ears out for Shores. That's the band. Stony Shores, Pauly Shores, and whoever else wants to add their madness. That could be you. Send your audio files to inspiradoprojecto@gmail.com. Please, I want to share you with the world. Especially you who's the perfectionist. Send me the most unperfected thing you can think of. Is it gibberish? It's just going... Maybe. You got a fun little riff. Maybe you just concocted a fun little riff and you want to share it with people. Which, by the way, here's a riff that was invented a long time ago. This is 432HZ, by the way. I tuned my guitar to 432HZ. Imagine this is like a... Ooh, there's a hummingbird right outside my window. Hanging out. Thank you, hummingbird. There's a hummingbird. There's a hummingbird. There's a hummingbird. There's a good luck totem outside my window. Please come on in if you want to. There's a hummingbird outside my window. I see a hummingbird filled with symbology and all kinds of great stuff. Did you know Deep down inside, it's infinity. That's not the song. This is the song I invented a long time ago, and I'm thinking now it'd be great for a Deuce Wesley song. Deuce Wesley, check out Deuce Wesley. There's a whole history of Deuce Wesley. I mean, these archives are just now starting to be found. He's the original inspiration, oh gosh, boy, for Roy Rogers, for Gene Autry, for Lone Ranger, all those guys who went on to create cowboy films. So it's like a science fiction, 1900s. He's the only cowboy star from that era. He went from the non-talkies. Well, he went from theater to vaudeville, to then non-talkies, to then radio dramas, to then black and white TV and movies, to then colorized movies. He dropped out of the limelight for a long time. He came back and is getting into doing the digital stuff. So people are wondering what happened with this guy. Well, there's a big theory that's out there in the message boards. If you look deep enough into the interwebs, big theory that this guy was actually cryogenically frozen. That's why he still looks so youthful. Because one would think, like, this guy, he's been around since way back then. I mean, we're talking like Charlie Chaplin time. Which, by the way, that's another thing that. So Deuce Wesley wears a mask, sings, walks through the desert, just way ahead of his time. Implementing flying saucers, other interesting extraterrestrials into his stuff. And he had a Charlie Chaplin mustache. So a lot of folks think that he inspired that. So this is a song that I always thought it sounded like a good musical. And now that I'm thinking, it'd be good to attach it to Deuce Wesley. So let's see. Bear with me here. Whoops, here we go. You're listening to Inspirado Projecto. And please, keep that in mind.